Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to Bhroman Braapsody. This is where we review cars and motorcycles. And today we have a 2021 BMW R1250RT. This is BMW's redesigned version of the beloved 1250RT lineup, the 1200RT, the 1250RT. I think it started with the R1000RT, then the 1200RT, then the 1250RT, and now it's redesigned, reimagined, looks beautiful, looks gorgeous. It's stylish, it's comfortable, it's got more power, more technology. At the heart of this motorcycle is a 1254 Boxer engine, which is a horizontally opposed twin. These go outside. This puts out 136 horses, 105 foot-pound of torque, weighs about 615 pounds, give or take. This is a bike you want to eat up miles with, take it around twisties, have some fun with it. And in today's episode, we're going to look at some of its cool features, the new technology features. We're going to take this out on the road, share my thoughts with you guys, talk about the cost of ownership, and assign it a Bhroman score. But before we do all of that, if you're new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week and your support would mean a lot. It's me, it's your boy Bro, and I am your Bhroman. So new for 2021 is that redesigned front look, LED DRLs, LED headlamps. These have cornering lights, you have fog lights down below, and this whole fairing is redesigned to make it more aerodynamic and to reduce wind buffeting to the riders. I like to call these as the transformer eyes. They look sweet. Look at it steering into your soul. This also has adaptive cruise control, so that's your radar here. It's got dual 320mm disc brakes with 4-piston Brembo brake calipers. How cool is that? This bike has a 25.9 degree rake angle. What's the rake angle, you ask? Well, draw a perpendicular from the steering column. For the fork tubes, that's your rake angle. Shorter the rake angle, the more nimble the bike is, and larger the rake angle, the more stable it is at higher speeds, and such. Moving on to the side, this is the Boxer engine. It's got the ShiftCam and all that fun stuff. What the ShiftCam does is basically it gives you power throughout the rev range. It also has a center stand. Check that out. Pretty neat. These are hard saddlebags, quick release. You can remove them, and they've got enough space for a full face helmet in each of them. Don't believe me? Check this out. That's my helmet, sitting in there snugly, very comfortably. So yeah, good amount of space. Now this particular bike has a top case. This is an option and you have to pay extra for the option. I think it's well worth it to have some more additional space here. And the top case also acts as your pillion backrest. To open the top box, there's a button here. Press it, pops out this lever, and boom. You can fit in a lot of stuff in here, as you can see. Plenty of storage space. These seats are both heated. That's your control for your heated seats for the pillion rider. Now the heated seats and the quick shift and all of that, that's part of the Premier package. That's a package you have to select to get all of those funky features. And as part of these crash bars, these are also your highway pegs. So pull them out and you can stretch out your legs on long trips and whatnot. Pretty cool. Check this out. On this side you see these 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your favorites buttons, and you can configure these to do different things or to pull up different things on your menu, on your main dashboard. We'll get to that in a second. Now let's look at this beautiful fuel tank here. I love this contrast with the white and the gray here. And that's your dash. That's your cockpit of sorts. Electronic windshield. Move it up or down. There you go. Goes up all the way. Or if you want it down, bring it down all the way. Pretty cool. You have mirrors on both ends, and these are fairing mounted mirrors. It kind of completes the design of the fairing, like it's not sitting out there, it's integrated with that design. Now on the sides, you have some more storage space here. Decent storage space. You can throw in gum, your goggles, and other stuff, garage door openers maybe. There's a spot on the right hand side, and now this one is actually a wireless charger, so you can slide your phone in here. It also has a USB outlet there. Now what I found is I have a Samsung Galaxy S22 and this will not fit with the case on. Take the case off, and it slides right in. This is not just a wireless charger. It's also got a fan to help keep your phone from overheating or heating itself up. Pretty cool. And why do you need that, you might think? That's because you want the phone to be connected to the BMW app so that you can get your navigation and stuff on this beautiful display here. But the catch is your phone has to be unlocked and on the whole time, and we all know phones, if they're unlocked and the apps are running, they tend to heat. So you have a little fan to cool it down, and it's being wirelessly charged. Let's talk about handlebar controls. On the right hand side here we have central lock. So once you press that, it'll lock all of these compartments. The compartments here, the saddlebags and the tool pack, all of them are locked. Press it again, that'll unlock it. Then you have your riding modes and your kill switch and starter button. Controls on your left hand side, this is your multi-purpose BMW wheel that you see on their cars as well, the iDrive, and this kind of helps you toggle through menu, make selections, all of that good stuff here. On the top here you have your passing lights. These are your cruise control settings. Since this has got adaptive cruise control, this button here, this sets, you use this to set the distance for your adaptive cruise control. Lights for your hazard. This moves the windshield up or down. That's your menu. Turn signals and the horn at the bottom. It's not a weak horn, just check it out. This is a train horn that comes stock on this bike. To the side here, you have your fog lights or your driving lights. As for your levers, your clutch lever is adjustable here, so you can adjust it based on the size of your hands and how much you want to reach out for them. And this bike also has a 719 package, that's why you have this little insert here. Your brake lever is adjustable too, and it says it's got the option 719. Since it's a Beamer, it's got keyless ignition. This is the key for the bike. You can lock and unlock from here. This also has anti-theft, so you can arm it. You have a little key just in case your battery dies and you want to access stuff around there, you can do that. This is your ignition of sorts, so you press it as long as you have the key on yourself. Let's take a look at this dash as it pulls up. Yup, make life a ride for sure, for sure. Now you have warning lights on both sides for your ABS, hill assist, traction control, left turn signal, right turn signal, low engine oil, and all of that fun stuff on both sides. In the middle, this is the beautiful 10.25 inch TFT display. This is the largest display that BMW has on their motorcycles as of today. This side of the graphics, this where you have your speedometer and your digital tachometer, this looks very similar to what I saw on the S1000RR, but you also have an additional feature here, additional half of the screen that gives you a bunch of other information. So on your left hand side, this gives you your speedometer, tachometer, which riding mode you're on, your odometer, adaptive cruise control, speed limit, which gear you're on, and outside temperature. And then on your right hand side is your onboard computer. So this gives you a bunch of information about how long the bike has been running for, average speed, average fuel consumption, all of that good stuff. Now you can toggle through this menu just by pressing the menu button. So you press the menu button, boom, you have options for your media, navigation, vehicle. So let's start with vehicle. Your tire pressure, when your service is due, and your different trip computers. It says your service is due soon. Haha. And once you pair your phone to the app, you can access your media, your phone, and all of that fun stuff. Let's go into the settings. So you have your assist. Under assist, you have what kind of preload settings do you want, your cruise control settings, traction controls, and all of that stuff. You can play around with that, you can turn them on or off. And then this is also where you would access your heated stuff. You have your grips and your seats. You can turn your heaters on or off from here, and it's all like a wagon wheel of sorts. Then you have your system settings, connections, display, information, all of that fun stuff. Do you guys know what time it is? It's right o'clock. Let's go. Well, if you're new to Bhroman, give us a like and hit that subscribe button. We put out content every week, and your support would mean a lot. Let's make a couple of U-turns and see how this puppy maneuvers, shall we? No problemos. No problemos. It has a 58.5 inch wheelbase, so making these U-turns, no problem at all. So let's go ahead and do our second test. Let's do the pull test, shall we?
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. What about the first impressions of this motorcycle? Well, I love the wind protection on this bike. I love the seating position. The seat is very comfortable. I'm seated upright. I'm not leaning over for the handlebars. They are at a nice angle. They're at a nice location. So seating position here is amazing, you guys. Ergonomics are good. My legs aren't bent weirdly. I'm sitting and chilling here. Oh, look, a plane. And as for the riding modes, there are 4 of the riding modes. We have it in dynamic and we had our fun. So let's move it out of dynamic. So there's eco mode. So this is going to be your most economical mode. And you have a little indicator there which tells you how economically are you riding. So you give it gas, well, you're not being very economical, so it goes away. Once you ease off the throttle, you see it going up a little bit. That's what eco mode is, to give you the best possible fuel economy from this motorcycle. Now we also have rain mode. So rain mode is going to be the mode where all of the nanny systems come into play, ABS, traction control, everything, so to make sure that you don't do anything stupid. Rain mode is the bike is not nearly as fun or as crazy as it was in dynamic mode or sport mode, and that's by design. That's what rain mode is supposed to be. It's supposed to help you out when you're riding in tricky conditions, in rain and stuff. So kudos to on that. That's what rain mode is all about. And there should be a 4th mode. Brakes. Well, I love these brakes. Brakes do a phenomenal job. Boop, boop, boop. Now it is, as you can see, I'm trying to find neutral. This time it works. I'm used to my Ducati. Say Ducatis are notorious for finding a false neutral or not being able to find the neutral, so this is no big deal. Stopped at a red light. I'm 5'10" with a 31-inch inseam, and I can flat-foot it quite easily. Now this seat on this bike has 2 settings. I think the high setting is 32.6 inches and the low setting is 31.7. The seat right now is at the low setting, so it's a 31.7 inch seat height, and you can flat foot it quite easily, no problem. And see, the beauty of this bike is that it is a 600 some odd pound bike, but when you're stopped here, see, it's just staying up straight, not going one way or the other. I like it. Let's change our modes from rain to road mode. Close the throttle, that should engage it. Alright, so road mode is a little better than rain. Not just a little better, a lot better. Still not quite as fun as dynamic mode, but that's what road mode is supposed to do. Would this be a good bike for commuting? Well, yeah. I mean, it's got those panniers or those saddlebags, and they're quick release, so if you don't need them you can remove them, but it's got space there for your laptop and other stuff that you might want to carry with you, and if you don't want to carry those, you can remove them as well. That's pretty cool. It's got a good amount of power. I love the seating position and how comfy it is. So yeah, definitely great for commuting. Can you use this bike for touring? Well, that's kind of its purpose, isn't it? To do some touring. And yeah, I'm on the highway doing highway speeds, and this bike feels solid. It's planted. It's not pulling one way or the other. No vibrations, nothing. It's very planted. I'm chugging along in 5th gear now, and nothing. I'm just chilling here. I like it. It's not a very windy day today, but I'm not getting any wind on my body. I mean, just a little bit on the sides of my shoulders maybe, but it's blocking all of the wind from my upper body, torso, legs. I'm really comfortable here. Dang. And you can also set your cruise control if you so wanted to. There, I have my cruise set to 75 miles an hour, and I'm just cruising down the highway. and I can set the distance for my adaptive cruise control. This is pretty chill. I like it. And just like with your cars, if you tap the brakes or you tap the clutch, that's gonna disengage the cruise control and it'll be back to your manual cruising, or you'll be back into your manual controls. The cruise control states braking for you is matching the speed of that car in front of us. So it, although I have it set at 75, it went down to 72 because that car was going a little slower. So that's awesome. I like it. We did a pull test from almost standstill. Let's do a rolling pull test, shall we? Doing 75 miles in third gear at about 6,000 RPMs. And if I wanted to pass or change lanes, give it gas and boom, it's ready to go. It picks up speed quite fast. That torque and that horsepower, yeah, it kicks in. Now, would this be a good bike for a beginner? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No way. No, 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 no. Why, you ask? Well, let's start off with the most obvious point, which is that this bike costs north of $20,000, so it's an expensive bike. Secondly, it's 600 odd pounds. It weighs about 600 odd pounds, so that's quite heavy for someone who's brand new to motorcycling. And combine those two factors with the point that this bike makes 136 horses and about 105 foot-pound of torque, or 105 pound-feet of torque. That's a lot of power, man. That's a lot of power. And when you combine all of those three factors together, yeah, this is not a beginner bike at all. So the R1250RT is a bike that you want to use to go touring, but you want the sport touring, so you want to sit up straight, have some more, be able to do some more sporty riding, attack some curves and corners and be aggressive on those. It's got great wind protection, great storage space and luggage space, tons of features, tons of speed features. And the engine is smooth, the transmission is really smooth. So this bike, I think the key feature of this bike is its versatility. It can do a little bit of everything. It can do touring, you can have some fun with it, and you can even do run errands around town, no problemo. So is this the bike for you? Well, head on down to your closest BMW dealership and take one out for a spin and check it out for yourself. Well guys, keep your knees in the breeze. I'll see you soon. Bro out.